Hey y'all, welcome to Renee's Secret Garden. Today I want to just share with you guys 4 of the signs and the symptoms that I had before I was diagnosed with leukemia. I'm going to try to keep this video short because I kind of don't like talking too much about before the diagnosis, because actually the diagnosis actually comforted me a little bit, because I was like, good, I'm not going crazy. Like, I knew something was going on, but some doctors just made me feel like I was just delusional. So the first sign I want to talk about is being tired all the time. I was always tired, but I just had a set of twins. I was always going back and forth to the doctors and to the physical therapist with them. So I just chalked it up to, I'm a mom of a new set of twins. They're still small, so of course I'm going to be tired. And I was nursing on demand. So I just chalked it up to, I just had babies, so I'm going to be tired. That was number 1. Sign number 2 was the constant hot and heavy. I'm explaining these the best way that I can. Hot and heavy was number 2. I always felt these hot flashes, and when they would come on, I would feel really heavy, like I'm about to pass out, or like my body is just giving out on me. And it would be so often to the point where one time the paramedics was actually called to the house because I felt so like out of it. I felt like I was about to leave this world. So my husband and my children, they wanted me to go to the hospital when I started feeling hot and heavy. And I didn't want to go. I refused to go. I hate hospitals because I always have been a sick child. I've gone through meningitis. I've gone through vertigo. I've gone through a lot of stuff. Okay, I've gone through being attacked by a dog, which explains my fear of dogs. So yeah, I've always been the sickling child. And thyroid disease, but whatever. That's not about this. So first thing was tiredness. Second was hot and heavy. That's when my family wanted me to go to the hospital, and I didn't go. The third symptom that I had was bruising. I started getting bruises on my arms and my legs, and they were turning purple. They were big blotch bruises, and they would just come up out of nowhere. I would wake up with bruises all up and down my arm. And I just chalked it up to, I got twins, so I'm always pulling the stroller in and out the car. I'm always carrying the car seat. Sometimes I would carry it on my arm like this. So I just chalked it up to I'm bruising because I'm always moving around the car seats in the stroller. That was number 3. Once again, my husband and my children was like, I think you need to see somebody about that. I think you need to tell your doctor about that. I was like, nah. So the 4th and the final symptom that I had, that was just a red flag, like something ain't right, take me to the emergency room, was one day I was like just laying in my bed, and this ear just started bleeding. I mean, it was just blood just coming down my neck, and I was like, my ear is bleeding. So, because it wasn't hurting or anything, like I said, I was just watching TV, so I wasn't picking in it or nothing. I was just sitting there, and I just felt something running down my neck, and I was like, oh my God, my ear is bleeding. I think we might need to go to the hospital now. So I went to 2 different hospitals within 2 days. Within 3 days, I went to 2 separate hospitals, and it was brushed off as an ear infection. And they sent me home. Even when I voiced the concerns about the bruising and the feeling lethargic and feeling hot and heavy, they sent me home and said I probably had an ear infection, whatever. It wasn't until I went to see my endocrinologist to get my thyroid levels checked, and he was like, okay, your thyroid levels looking good. We're going to schedule you for the next 3 months. And I said, hold up, while I'm here, can I ask you a question really quick? He said, sure, go ahead. I said, I've been getting these bruises, and I started showing him my bruises. And he asked me, like, anything else happening with you right now? And I started telling him, like, I'm just tired all the time, and I'm getting these bruises. So he asked more questions, which I wasn't used to, because when I was going to the emergency room, they weren't asking further questions. He asked more questions. He said, any gums bleeding, any nosebleeds or anything? I said, no. And then I thought about it. I said, well, hold on, wait a minute. I said, my ear had started bleeding a couple of weeks ago, but they just sent me back home. So, I did have some bleeding. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put in for you to go get your labs done. And I'll be in contact with you. I went that day. He asked me, can you go today? Can you go to the lab, like, now? Sure. So he sent me downstairs to the lab. I got the lab work done. He called me. His secretary called me, and she was like, the doctor wants to talk to you. Usually the doctor have their on-call nurse or their assistant or whatever call. But the doctor, the actual endocrinologist, she put me on hold, and she said, the doctor want to speak with you. And when he got on the phone, he said, yes, I'm going to send you to a doctor that I know. She's good at what she do. We need to look at your blood further. Your white blood cell count is extremely high. I'm going to put in for you to see this doctor, and they'll be giving you a call. And y'all, I started Googling. I Googled bruises and high white blood cell count, because he said your white blood cell count is extremely high. I Googled bruising and high white blood cell count, and the first thing that popped up was leukemia. When they called me to make the appointment, they stated that they were calling from the oncologist's office, and it was the cancer center. So I knew right then. So yeah, those were my 4 symptoms that I had that I just kind of brushed under the rug. Y'all, if y'all are out there and y'all are having any symptoms or signs or anything, please, please, please be your own advocate. Speak up for yourself, even if people are making you feel like you're just making it up in your head, even if people are looking at you sideways. If you say, I don't feel well, I feel like I'm about to pass out. Because when I was pregnant, I kept saying, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And the lady just didn't want to, like, let me go. I was like, I need some air. I don't feel good. And I ended up passing out while I was pregnant. So I felt some type of way, because I felt like people really weren't taking me seriously. But y'all, if y'all are having any symptoms or signs, please go get checked out as soon as possible, because the sooner they can find it, the better. As soon as they can get to the bottom of it, the better. So yeah, I'm going to do another video going into more detail with after the diagnosis, but I just want to tell you guys what I was feeling before my diagnosis. I wanted to do this video earlier, but I just recently started on my TKI, which a lot of you guys know. It is Sprycel that they put me on for my leukemia, and I was feeling real unky. I wasn't feeling like doing videos and stuff. So for my subscribers, please stick with me. I promise you guys that some days I'm really not feeling well, and I want to give you guys my journey. I want to put it out there so that other people will know what to expect, or what's going on, or signs and symptoms. I really do want to help anybody that it could help. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold you guys long, but those were my signs and symptoms, and I will be giving you guys more videos going on with after being diagnosed. Gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Bye.